On. Now I'm gonna give you a mashup kind of video right here where I break down multiple things that's on the table. I'm gonna show you right here. Now we're gonna talk about the supposedly trans woman milk, meaning that, this is dumb, man. Talking about trans people producing milk, we're gonna get into this and give it a bam because, like I say, you don't know where the world heading, but yes, it is destruction. It don't matter what it look like. They're heading to, but it's destruction. Pay attention.
A group of health officials in the United Kingdom. So these are government officials.
Watch the hand sign. That's the 666 right there before they give you the lies. Pay attention here to this dumb shit.
They are now claiming that milk produced by transgender women, so biological men.
You hear that, people? Transgender, biological man can produce milk. You believe that, people? Listen. Because we talk about it already that you shouldn't be drinking animal milk. You're not even drinking the human milk. But guess what? They're not talking about woman milk. They're talking about man transform into woman give you milk. Is that real? Listen.
Help of drugs, of course, is just as good for babies as natural female breast milk.
Yes, so it's just as good for baby as female breast milk. You hear that, people? This is why I know the world is heading for destruction. I don't know what you see or what you heard, but you can't hide from this. It is what it is. The earth is about destruction. It's a devil earth. Listen.
The leaked letter from the University of Sussex Hospital's NHS Trust insists the term they need to use, we have to use, they say, human milk.
Wow.
And it's meant to be...
You have to use human milk, but not woman. Not from the gender who produce it. You have to make a man into a woman and then now give them pill to produce milk because we have to use human milk. Is that stupid? Listen.
Neutral and says that milk from trans women is, quote, comparable to that produced following the birth of a baby. John says that milk from trans women is, quote, comparable to that produced following the birth of a baby.
So you hear that, people? The trans woman can produce the same milk as the woman when they supposedly have a baby. Is that real, people? Is that real? By medication, you can make a drag have milk. Is that real, people? What is it they're doing here? Why would they do that? A trans woman can't have a baby, so why would you let them have milk? Is that real? Listen.
Joining me now to discuss this, someone I know who is as passionate about this issue as me, a former Liberal MP, Nicole Flint. Well, I mean, this is...
Why is you laughing? Is that a joke? I already told you, people, all these experts is fakers. 100%. And you can't give fake rank and people without their smirking and look funny in the face. It's uncomfortable. Listen.
This, let's remember, was the first hospital really to go out there and use the term chest feeders. Nicole, what do you make of this?
Peter, this is beyond belief. I genuinely do not understand how these doctors are allowed to be doing this and who has allowed them to do it.
Okay, who allowed them to turn a man into a woman, change even genitals? Who give them that? How did they get the rights and them things to change a woman into a man? Change of body parts and all. Hormone shots, estrogen blockers, all of these things. Where did they get the right to do all that? I already told you, living in a devil earth control by devil peoples.
They're giving biological men a range of drugs so that they can chest feed newborn babies.
Chest feed newborn baby. Where would you get the newborn baby from? Who would be that dumb to give their newborn to a man that transform into a woman to feed them milk? Is that real? Listen.
So essentially, the medical profession and these individuals are experimenting on babies.
Wow.
Government needs to step in. I don't know how
experimenting on babies. So what kind of baby is you feeding that milk to? Whose baby is it? Okay, I understand that you get to a point now where you supposedly have two men together. I guess one could be a trans, and then you basically let them adopt a baby that need milk. So that's why they got milk, so you can feed a baby that they adopt? Or how would they get that baby to feed milk? Remember, young babies what drinking those milk from breasts. So you tell me that these supposedly trans people would have a young baby to feed milk? How would that happen? Listen.
Hasn't stepped in. And if we go back to first principles, and as our viewers know, I don't often quote the United Nations, but they have declarations and conventions on the protection of children.
Yeah,
and they have...
And you know that's 100% bullshit. The UN, what they do? They care about children. You better wake your ass up. They're the one who destroying the children. They're the one who molding them so they can be living in this devil earth and thinking that they're actually at the place where they belong. That's the reason why they do that, brainwashing the youths for them to accept this earth. Listen.
Because the United Nations and the world and governments around the world recognise that because of children's physical and mental immaturity, they deserve a special level of care and protection. And that protection, according to the United Nations and all of the countries like Australia who have adopted this, applies before birth and after birth. So we need to see governments starting to do their jobs and protecting children.
Wow. So the government job is to protect children, not the parents, the government. And you wonder why they hands-on you and your damn kids. Why? You're waiting for them for every damn thing. Huh? Is that real, people? That's why they can feed them transgender milk. Listen.
Why don't we have an inquiry? Well, we just knocked one off. Well, we did knock one off. The Premier in South Australia knocked one off. Pauline Hanson tried to get one up federally. Some Liberals voted for it. Other Liberals walked out of the room and abstained. There was an attempt in Victoria by our good friend Moira Redefining. Again, if everyone in the trans lobby is so certain that what they are doing is right, that this is the best course, that, chest feeding is the best action to go down that path, then let's have an inquiry, because more and more doctors in Australia, Nicole, psychiatrists, biologists, they're actually unsure. And you look around the world, they're all coming back from where we are now, but we seem to be going hell for leather.
That's right. We absolutely need an inquiry. I think it should be a federal government inquiry. The Labor Party could do this tomorrow. We can do it in a very respectful way.
All bullshit. So yes, you're going to get all of that inquiry, and that will solve the damn problem of them serving up transgender milk to youths. I guess that will solve the problem. Move.
20th century radical activist Saul Alinsky once wrote, "He who controls the language controls the masses."
Listen to this right here, people. He who control the language control the masses. Remember, I already told you how you get languages. How did you get it? They teach you it. You don't get it. The way the human beings speak or basically communicate is not the way we're supposed to communicate. It's because they dumb us down. You understand that? Lower our senses and how we use it and all. And that's the reason why we have to basically learn a language to communicate with each other. Pay attention here. Listen.
Never has that thought been more relevant. Right now, activists are busily working to redefine select words in real time, manipulating meanings to accomplish social and propaganda goals.
That's the new world.
How they do it and why is the topic of today's cover story. What's in a name?
What's in a name? Listen. Pay attention to this
Perhaps
bullshit.
nothing is more emblematic of efforts to mold our language and the confusion and debate that can spark.
First of all, the language is not ours to begin with. They're the one who teach you it in a book. It don't matter if you're born in an English-speaking country, they're still gonna teach you English. Do you understand that? Same thing with Spanish and any other language for that matter. They actually teach you it in curriculum, teach you how to speak it. And the human being supposed to have only one way of communicating. Not all of these language is part of the division to slice up the masses and dice them up and put them in different sections, even with the communication. make people harder to communicate on this earth. Now they have to give you a device to translate, a device to teach you to speak these languages, all by design. Listen.
In the 2022 hearing to nominate Ketanji Brown Jackson.
And take a look at this character right here about the John D. Johnson, or Jackson they call it right there. Take a look. What is that clothing it's in? Is that orange? And look at the grin at its face and listen to the question that they're going to ask to this person right there. Listen.
Supreme Court.
You're laughing?
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
There you go, people. Why did they ask that question about the definition of woman? And why did you ask a fucking man in a drag? Why? Okay, you see how the world set up? The world is just a stage. You have to understand. They come with man in a drag, come to tell you that they are real women. Now let's just see what this one gonna explain. What's the definition of woman? Is that a joke? Listen.
Can I provide a definition? Yeah.
Wow. He said no, people. He can't provide a definition of a woman. Unbelievable. And this is where the world heading. And I already told you it's our agenda. Remember, Hollywood pushing that non-binary shit. Meaning that you're not gonna choose a gender. And of course you don't know the woman role now in this earth when it turned upside down. How you gonna know what the woman really came to do? What the woman's job supposed to do? Be on earth right here. What is it? You playing a man? I don't understand. You want the role that a man supposed to be play? You want to do everything that a man do? All of these things? How you gonna be separated to be a woman? How you gonna classify as a woman when you're fighting to do what man do? What man do? That's man. That's man. But you don't get it, people. What women do, what women supposed to do, that's what makes them woman. If everybody do the same damn shit, live the same way, how can you tell who is who? And this is where they're going right now with this satanic earth that you live in. Listen.
Can't. You can't?
Can't. Of course you can't.
Not in this context.
Not in this context. Why? You don't know what a woman? What separates a woman from a man? You don't know the definition of a woman? Wow. Unbelievable. Like I say, people, give the next generation a chance to breed, to supposed to be breed up and make some life in here. You're gonna see what it is. Remember, these are the new generation programming they're putting down right now. So the next generation will never be able to tell male from females. That's the Sodom and Gomorrah world they're going for.
Left-leaning USA Today insisted Jackson's puzzling non-answer was scientifically sound.
Scientifically sound, people. What that got to do with science when it comes to roles that the human being playing on earth? Huh? Okay, listen.
Declared to the surprise of many, there is no sufficient way to clearly define what makes someone a woman.
There's none at all, right? Wow. Unbelievable. I can't believe this. So there's no way to differentiate a woman from a man. Listen.
Many, there is no sufficient way to clearly define what makes someone a woman.
Wow.
The exchange
Look at that right there, people. That's a man. A whole strong, tough man right there with the hair peeled back all the way to the middle. Look at this.
As transgender activists work to blur the once solid line between male and female.
There you go, people. So yes, they admit it, that they are trying to blur the line between male and female, but they tell you it's these transgender trying to do it. But you're dumb as a rock. It's the government, people. It's the system. That's what they're doing. You don't get it, people. Listen.
Fierce criticism was building over men participating in women's sports.
Why, people? What's up with the sports, people? I don't understand. I don't get it. You all knows that man stronger than woman. Woman have more fat cells. Man have more muscle mass. So it's obviously that the man is stronger than the woman. Now, if you're gonna take a man, dress him up like a woman, and put him in women's sports to compete against women, that motherfucker gonna be the winner. He gonna win over them. You don't get it on that. So why would you do that? You want to be a transgender or you want to perform in sports? Which one of them? You can't do both. You're a transgender and you want to perform against women because you transformed to a woman from a man? It's the dumbest shit in the world, people. What is this confusion in this devil world you live in? It is confusion. So yes, they're going to tell you right now that basically you put a man in a woman's sports, dress him up real good, and he win is not an advantage. Listen, look at this right here, people. Look at this. Man made to pick up weight. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. And take a look at this right here, people. Tell me if it's not something that you see before. Already breaks them down. All those champion Olympic swimmers as women is actually man. 100%. Already break down the Katie Lecty. All of them is fake. 100%. Man in drags, they used to swim as women. Same thing they do in track and field and all. The whole sports is rigged. 100% with all drags running, playing women.
William Thomas switched from the men's to the women's swim team at the University of Pennsylvania.
Why? Why would he have to switch from the man's sports to the women's sports? Because he's a man. That means he's gonna dominate the women's sports and he will come last if he go up against those same guys. He go up against man against man, he stand no chance. Just like the Serena Williams, who will stand no chance playing tennis against a man. Which it's supposed to play with because it is a big old ugly man. But they use it to play with women so he can stand out. That's how they give you puppets. You don't get it. The Semenya running the 800 meter come from South Africa. It will lap those women for real. Run around them. Run laps around them. Because it is a man. A stronger, more physical human being. That's what you need to understand. It's no shame here, females. It's no shame. The Creator create a man to do these things. Yes, the woman gonna do the, woman made to feel pain, man made to struggle. Do the hard work and all of this. Yeah. The man have to get down in the dirt and do all these things. That's what makes him a man. The woman, have babies and do these things, and the woman can basically, figure out certain things because they're not really in the fields, and they can, figure out some lighter part of things and do some lighter part of things. This is what the woman made to do. The woman can breastfeed, man can't. So no matter if you put some pills in a man and let him produce milk, that's not good. That's not something that's gonna turn out to be, healthy at the end of the day by producing milk to pills in man. You understand what I'm saying, people? Why everybody want to play the next role? Why one gender want to play the role of a next? It makes no sense, people. It's a devil hurt.
Yeah, shattering numerous records.
There you go.
Leah.
That's how you have to do it. And of course, it's a liar about Thomas Leah. I already told you, people. It's shadow records when it comes to swimming against women. Huh? But swim against man, and he can't really show up. You're not gonna be in the spotlight. It's not gonna be nothing special. You're just a damn swimmer. But yes, you put the man with the woman to race, and there you go. That's how you make a star. That's how you make a puppet using drags. Look at this right here, people. Look at this. Wow. Baphomet sign to show you who it is. But all of them that America produce as women swimmers, take a look at them. Katie Lecty already show you this. It's a drag, people. You can't hide it. They are mans. 100% in. No matter what they do, they still look like man. You can't change bone structures.
The spike in online searches for the term woman prompted dictionary.com to declare woman word of the year, defining it as an adult female person.
An adult female person. There you go, people. What makes females now when you have a man taking pills and producing breast milk? The world is done.
Are special interests
Don't
and
laugh.
advocacy groups able to influence how we define terms today?
Absolutely.
Remember, people, they're the one who control this world. The peoples who control it, they're the one who give you the curriculum. They're the one who give you words. And I told you about the English language, real tricky, where they could have one word mean 3 different things. Makes no sense, people, but this is how they do deception right here on earth. I told you, this is not how the human being was meant to communicate, but they give you away, give you words and language and meanings, give you dictionaries and all, just to build your life up in this satanic earth, to live here and accept what they give you. Bam.
Gabby Rodriguez,
Pay
like so
attention.
many others, is currently undergoing fertility treatment.
We're this very traditional
So
family.
take a look at this right here, people. This woman supposedly taking fertilizing treatment. You see that right there for what? So he can have baby, he can produce baby. Pay attention here, go back.
Is currently undergoing fertility treatment.
We're this very
Treatment.
traditional family that just wants to have a kid.
But she's
So I
now
didn't
on
realize
edge
every-
after the highest court in Alabama decided frozen embryos are children.
Bam. So listen, people, the highest court have to come out. Remember, your life run by court houses making rules for you in this devil earth. Yes, people, so now they tell the highest court decide that yes, these embryos is people. It's funny how you don't call fetus people. You ever look into these things, people? So all of a sudden now you're going to come and say, look, eggs and embryos, which we know that they're running a lot of psyop creating these supposedly human beings, mixing eggs and embryos from different humans. So yes, they tell you, yes, it's people. But they don't recognize abortion as killing people. They don't. They don't call abortion killing people because it's the government that play God, give it to you, the machine to suck the baby out and kill them. So therefore, once the government or the highest court which playing God on earth, the highest court is God. If you want to be real, that's exactly what they're playing. So the highest court tell you that these eggs and embryos class as people. But them making a vacuum to suck the baby out your gut, whether it's 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, it does not matter. Suck the fetus out of you. The fetus is not people. They don't classify that as people, but they do it with eggs and embryos. Pay attention here.
People can be held legally responsible for destroying them.
There you go.
Rodriguez worries knowing doctors may find some of her embryos not viable.
I don't necessarily want to implant a child that I know is going to miscarry. So what does that mean? My main worry is what are we going to do with the ones that are genetically abnormal, and what does this mean if my clinic shuts down?
So pay attention, people. And this right here, you know, remind me of the Cleveland Clinic. Because the Cleveland Clinic have all of these eggs and embryos in there, supposedly. You know, they're looking for the right mix, the right blend, and they're doing their science, creating beings. Not like they can make human beings, but they manipulate. That's manipulation, because they have to use the real sperm from a man. They have to use the real embryos and eggs from a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? Meaning in that they're not, you know, groundbreak, nothing. Only thing they're gonna do is supposedly get some different kind of sperm, mix it with this to get a supposedly human being that, you know, have less sickness and all of these things that they claim they can do. Probably make a bigger man that can run and jump higher and all of these things for their sports and all their competitions and all. Pay attention.
Questions tonight, all because of Friday's ruling in a wrongful death case where the Alabama Supreme Court found parents could sue an IVF clinic after their frozen embryos were dropped and destroyed. The decision finding embryos on ice no different than unborn children in the womb.
So you hear what, people? Just like unborn children in the womb, same way they tell you they have to treat these eggs and embryos. Right
have
here.
potentially massive ramifications when frozen embryos are regularly created and discarded as part of fertility treatments.
Ultimately, patients will be harmed by this decision.
Dr. Mamie McLean, a fertility specialist in Alabama, says she's been fielding calls and emails over the court decision with no easy answers.
We're concerned that with the new ruling, we may have to limit fertilization of eggs, which will limit success of treatment, limit efficiency, increase cost, and of course, risk to patients.
And none of those things, people, is not healthy for the human being to go through. You have to understand that sometimes they're going to tell you that about, a twin stuck together and all of these things. A mother of 5 kids. One time they have, triplets and all these things. It's because of the fertilizer that they be putting in the human being. This is what they do right here, people. A lot of people on that fertilizing shit end up having 4 babies at once. This is what they do right here in the devil earth.
While the decision is a first of its kind, other states like Florida now considering laws allowing parents to bring similar wrongful death claims.
There you go.
Others debating bills defining life to begin at the moment of fertilization.
See that right there, but you don't consider that when it comes to abortion. You see how wicked the world is, people? You don't call a 5-month-old fetus that they suck out with a vacuum. You don't call that a human being. But eggs and embryos is, right? Move.
Over the last 9 years...
Now take a look at this right here. They mentioned 9 years coding. This woman supposed to be producing all this breast milk and can't stop. Even though it don't have the baby right there and then. You understand that? Didn't just have a baby, but all these milk coming out of it. Let's listen to it and find out what is it.
I estimate my total donation numbers to be over 350,000 ounces.
350,000 ounces? This one say donate a milk? Hold on here, go back.
350,000 ounces. I would not wish this condition on.
Take a look at this right here, people. This supposed to be all breast milk. The breast milk just coming out of her all day of the week. Listen.
My worst enemy. It is.
Look at this right here, people. You believe this or not? You believe it? Is one woman supposed to be producing all this breast milk right here and serving it up all over?
This is what
look,
I would pump in a day. This is a lot.
Look, people, that's it right there. That's what she pumping a day out of her body. Where is the milk kept? Where is it kept, people? Where is it stored in her body? Okay, I guess she have the big enough body to hold all this milk right here per day. It's not real. It's fake shit. 100% fakery they give the masses. It's almost like it's a mockery. Because you don't feed the baby breast milk, period. You feed them formula. That's why the whole America was going crazy talking about shortening a formula in the damn pandemic. What is a formula? They're formulating your baby. They're the one who poison and bring it up to be what it is. Sickness and complications, seeds already planted and everything.
It's like the best feeling ever.
Look at this
and it
people.
lasts for only minutes before my body starts making milk again.
It lasts for just minutes before your body start making milk again with that fucking smirk on your face and looking at the people you're lying for right here on screen.
Nobody wants to live like this. Nobody wants to live like this at all.
Curse.
How many individual babies have benefited from my milk? That is, first of all, impossible to know. The milk bank I donated to, they specifically take donated breast milk and create a breast milk product that is for preemies and...
Breast milk what? They make a breast milk product?
Specifically take donated breast milk and create a breast milk product that is for preemies and micro preemies. So babies that have just reached that viability and something has happened where they were born far too early. They are not developed enough at all to be able to tolerate a man-made substance formula. It's too hard on their...
What a joke, people. It is a joke. Remember, sometimes when they say the baby born premature, stays in the hospital the whole time. What do you think it was feeding on? The mom breast milk? No. So this is bullshit right here, people. Talking about it's not old enough to get man-made basic formula. They have formula for any baby. That's what you need to know. They have formula for any size baby, cremator and all. They have a formula for that baby. Listen.
Digestive system, they don't thrive, they don't survive.
Look at this right
so
here.
this
Look at
breast
this
milk
fake shit,
product is essentially a prescription. It is literally saving their life.
Take a look at the hand sign right there with the pyramid on the hand sign. Yes, it's literally saving their life. And you know this is a 100% fake story. It's a hoax, people. You doubt me or not? It's a hoax. This is probably a man in a drag right there. Just like they tell you in the first story about a man in a drag producing milk by taking pills. You don't understand. There's no woman producing that much breast milk. Where is the babies that you have? This is the dumbest shit in the world, people. Don't believe it. A woman that don't have a baby producing all of these gallons and milk a day, feeding up the whole wide world supposedly with breast milk. What it is? A hoax for the masses. Yes, another mag. Bam. I'm gone.